I ask myself every day, what would Beyonce do? What would Beyonce do? Even with little decisions. Ooh, I don't want to go to the gym today. What would Beyonce do? What would she do? Ooh, I think I want to text that man. What would Beyonce do? What would she do? Hello everyone, my name is Naya and welcome to Let Me Just Say This. If you are new here, hello, welcome to the vibe, welcome to the tribe. Go ahead and subscribe because you are going to love it here. And if you have been here, girl, or if you're new to the YouTube channel, hey, how are you? I hope you're doing so well. I am so excited to come back to you guys. I know I missed last week, but the thing about it is, I know I say this all the time, but genuinely last week was a rough week. Last week kind of whipped my ass a little bit. I got some bad news and we're going to talk about that today. Today we are talking about embracing the shift in life, starting over and doing one very, very scary trust fall into God's arms because Auntie is starting over. At almost 27, I feel like I am starting over, and I want to explain some of that to you guys. And I also want to give you guys a word of encouragement for any of my girls out there who see their lives shifting in ways that they didn't quite expect, especially this day and age. This year has been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind for us all. And, you know, I had these thoughts on my heart already, but after last week, I'm like, okay, let me really get real with the girls about life and get real. Not that I wasn't before, but just my life, because things have been so consistent and steady in my life for the most part, like stable, I would say, for the most part. And I'm just now hitting a place in my life where it's not. And it's like, oh shit, what the hell going on here? So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We also have a bonus episode this week because I do want to talk about the stuff we've been seeing on social media, and there's a couple of things I want to, have a little kiki with y'all about. So bonus episode also coming this week. Pinky promise. For all y'all watching on the YouTube channel, as you should be, girl, we're getting them numbers up, honey. Do y'all see my new mug? Do y'all see my new mug? And for y'all listening, it's cute. That's all you need to know. Go watch it. Go watch so you can see it. It's cute. Promise. But yeah, girl, I got this tea. Because Auntie needed something to really take the edge off. So no, this is actually detox tea that I'm sipping right now. Because I just felt like I needed something in my hand. I feel like I should come with the tea for y'all. Okay? Oh boy, that hot, boy. Oh boy, that burn a little bit going now. Whew. Girl, let's talk about the shift. Let's talk about the shift because life never goes the way we expect it to go, does it? Does it? Mine certainly isn't. And, going on 27, knocking on 27's door, honey, I realized this when I turned 25 too, that my life at 25, which I discussed this on the pod, but life at 25 doesn't feel or look or didn't, the way I thought it would be. And isn't that how it usually is? Like you always think that you're going to grow up and life is going to be a certain type of way. And then you get to that age and you're like, damn, it ain't really what I thought it was. A lot of blessings, a lot of answered prayers, but it's never truly what we think it is. And if we reach the goals, should we, God willing, we reach the goals and these, accomplishments that we had for ourselves when we were younger, the way to get to them is never what we think that it's going to be. It's never linear. It's always some wild ride that we didn't expect. And honestly, I'm in this space where I'm like embracing the shift, and I'm embracing a very big shift. I know a lot of my girls can relate to this because it has been a very tumultuous year with careers and stuff in the job market. But Auntie did indeed get laid off. I am officially fun employed, and I haven't told everybody. So I know some people who are going to listen to this or watch this probably going to text me like, girl, what the hell? And I'm going to be like, yeah, not working where I used to work anymore. And it's crazy because it was all that I knew. Like this field that I was working in, which I'm going to discuss this on my new personal channel because I'm leaning into content creation. I decided to go really hard with this podcast and go really hard with my personal pages because fuck it. Like I'm in a position where, thank God, we still have passive income. We still have money coming in, right? So, I'm not in a super bad position and I have savings. God is good. So I'm in a position where I can really bet on myself, and I decided to do that. I've decided to go all in on content creation, and it makes me nervous. 1000% makes me nervous. And I know that there are people who know me for one thing or have only known me in one capacity and are probably going to be like, girl, what the hell happened? And I'm going to have to explain it to them, because the likelihood that I'll go back to the field that I was working in before is very slim to none. And also, girl, I don't know about you, but I just feel like I'm too fine to be working. Like, the idea of going to work is just a lot for me. I don't want to do it. I actually don't want to punch nobody's clock. I want to wake up and be fine and travel the world for a living. And I'm currently figuring out how to do that, because that's just what I want to do. That's my aspiration. That's just it. Like, that's just it. And no, don't get me wrong. I've always had these dreams for myself, but I've always chased stability. And I think that is something that we all do. So, in facing a job loss or a layoff or, instability in your livelihood in that way can be very, very difficult. And I know a lot of people are going through that right now. Like, I really don't feel alone. I know some of you guys may be going through that, or some of you guys may be graduating college and finding the job market is cooked, girl, or, finding that things are not as easy as they said it would be. Mind you, I took the right path. I did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I graduate next year with my degree. I'm not finished with college, but I went into the military. I got out. I continued to work for the government and contract. That clearly ain't working out. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's done. It's time for me to move on. And I've had so many thoughts about how I want to approach it and how I want to express that, because it is a bit embarrassing. I feel like it is a bit like, you don't want to tell people like, yeah, I'm fun employed or I'm unemployed. It just sounds so lame. It sounds like lame as fuck to me. No shade to the girls, but that's what it is. Like, that's the truth. I'm pivoting into a new space, into a new mindset. And I really, when I say trust fall into God's arms, I really mean that. Sometimes, girl, that's all you can do. Like, and oh my God, it's so scary, but it's also not. It's also not. I put up a TikTok today. Let me share it with y'all. I really love this idea of perfect peace. This idea that there's so many things that I could be stressing about, but I don't have to, because God don't play about me. Like, there's so many things that I could be worried about. I could be anxious about. I could be like freaking out right now, but I can't find it in myself because I trust God. I can't find it in myself because I know that God has never, ever played about me. Not once, not even a little bit. So why would I stress? When you know that Jesus is Sharkeishan all of your enemies, you don't have that much to stress about, actually. Even though normally the response would be to be stressed. Normally my response right now should be, ooh, I'm stressed out, or ooh, listen, all I'm going to do is trust God. All I'm going to do is ask God to guide me. All I'm going to do is ask God to protect me and show me the way to walk how I'm supposed to in his name. And everything else will work out exactly how it's supposed to. Because I'm one of his kids. And he don't play about his children. I feel like the greatest gift that I've gotten since I've gotten closer to God has been this peace in my faith. This peace in knowing that everything is in God's hands. Knowing that all the steps have been ordered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I'm going to, potentially have missteps, or potentially have temptations, or potentially have things that take me away from God. But I know for a fact that God has never failed me. And I know for a fact that God is always looking out for me. And I saw this post today on Instagram too that was like, you think you came this far just to fail? Girl, haha, that's very laughable, bitch. You think you came this far to fail? Please stand up, dust your soles off, and keep fucking going. Stop counting yourself out, please. And, I had to look myself in the mirror real quick afterwards. I did shed some tears. I did cry. I'm not gonna hold you. I did cry. Mind you, I was crying over a job I didn't like. And not even a job. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't even crying over the job because I hated the job. Hated the job. I love the people, or some of them at least, that I worked with for the most part. The people made the job what it was for me, but I did not want to stay in that field. There was no other career in that field or other position that I was really like gung-ho, like, oh, I really want to do this. I was just doing what I needed to do to keep these bills paid and keep these nails done and keep this hair slayed, okay, and laid, baby. I was doing what I had to do. And I think that God knew that I was never going to jump off the porch. Like, God knew that I was going to keep this safety net. And I had this thing about like waiting for it to be the right timing. You never know when God's timing is for you. And I really want to circle back to what I said in the last episode, that you may be praying for things and God is going to answer your prayer, and the answer is not going to be what you think it's going to be. I've been praying for God to change my life. I've been praying for God to give me more time to pursue this, to pursue the things that actually make me happy, that I actually want to do. And the answer to that prayer was, oh, actually, girl, no job. No job, but you're also in the position where you don't need it right now. You'll be okay right now. You have an opportunity right now. And baby, the greatest gift is that faith and that trust. And, you know, if you're in this type of situation, or if you yourself are feeling the shift in life and it's scary for you, you know, I really want you to lean into trusting God. And if you aren't religious, I need you to lean into trusting yourself and trusting your discernment and trusting that you will make good decisions for yourself. Trusting that you will do what you need to do to create the life that you want to have. And know that sometimes too, that God or the universe or whatever is going to shift you whenever it's time for you to move. And you may not be ready to make that step, but God is going to push you. God is going to push you. God's going to tell you, hey, it's time for you to make that step. And if you're too scared to pick up your foot and put one in front of the other, God is going to push you. God's going to be like, oh, and trip you maybe even. But he's going to catch you before you fall. We're going to trip you and say, hey, I told you that it was ready to go. I told you that it was time to move. So put one foot in front of the other. Okay? And I'm going to keep a steady hand on your back, nudging you forward. Sometimes that's just how it works. And I feel like that's how it worked out for me. You know, my emotions with starting over, because I really feel like I'm 27 and I'm starting over. Very emotional, very difficult, but I'm reminded something that I said years ago, that, and this is a well-known thing, girl. I didn't come up with this, of course, but something I had preached on the pod a long time ago is that, you know, it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to jump off that porch and jumpstart the life you actually want. Okay? So it don't matter if you're about to be 27, 47, 67, baby. Whatever you need to do to get closer to the life that makes you happy, baby, start over. And if things come crumbling down, or if things don't go the way they're supposed to do, and all you have to do is pick yourself up and start over, it'll be okay. You can always start over. Do not worry. Don't worry. And I, like I said, obviously fear of the unknown, but the freedom that comes with starting over and choosing yourself, the freedom that comes with betting on yourself. I really want to know what happens if I go all in on myself. I really want to know what I can do. Like, I want to see what I am capable of if I don't play about myself, if I really go all in on myself and my dreams and what I want to do. Your faves bet on themselves. The people that you look up to, the people whose lives you may aspire to have one day, girl, they don't play about themselves. They didn't stop betting on themselves. They didn't see that life was just not going the way they wanted to and just decided to give up or just give in. They didn't just go do whatever they needed to do to make shit work or settle for whatever mediocre ass life. No, they kept going until they got the life that they wanted. They kept going until they had a breakthrough. They kept going until something came along and was like, okay, this is it. This is my moment. And I've been having to ask myself this every day. What would Beyonce do? I ask myself every day, what would Beyonce do? What would Beyonce do? Even with little decisions. Ooh, I don't want to go to the gym today. What would Beyonce do? What would she do? Ooh, I think I want to text that man. What would Beyonce do? What would she do? Okay? Yeah. Sometimes I gotta ask myself that because I know she wouldn't play about herself. So why the fuck would I? Like, come on. I really want to touch on this too. And I know I mentioned this earlier about being like embarrassed, feeling like, oh, I'm going to have to tell people that I lost my job and that's so embarrassing and X, Y, and Z. Life happens. Most people have been in the same situation. And most people also, even if they haven't, can relate to you or can at least sympathize. You know what I'm saying? And give encouragement. That's the biggest thing that I've been getting from the people that I have told. A lot of encouragement. A lot of, you know what? I know that you're going to be all right. A lot of, you are so brilliant. A lot of, you are so smart. And I'm not even saying that like in a braggy type of way. I'm saying that in the people who love me, who know what I have to offer, have been pouring into me so much. And I would not have had that support if I hadn't told them, if I was too afraid to tell them, yeah, this happened to me. If I was battling things in silence, if I'm battling things in silence, how can my community help me? How can they help me? And that is really a word right there. Stop fighting your battles in silence. Stop doing that. You need to let your community pour into you, which requires you to let them know what you got going on. It don't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if you're afraid to tell people what you got going on or what you're facing or what you're going through. You will be surprised how much the people who love you and know you will pour into you and look out for you and take care of you when they know what's going on. You can't expect people to pray for you if they don't know what you need prayer for. If they don't know that you're fighting a silent battle, you can't expect them to help you. You can't expect them to know what you need and to pour into you. So lean on your community. Tell them what you need. Tell them when you're going through things. Tell them when life is tough. Tell them when you need a prayer. Tell them. Because I promise you, when all of that comes back around to you, when all that love comes into you, it really charges you up. And I thank God. I thank God for my community. I thank God for all of my friends. I thank God for my family who has been like so supportive of me. Like making this decision to pursue content creation and just really hype me up and tell me, yeah, Naya, you can do this. Because sometimes I have the moments, y'all know, if y'all been here for a while, y'all know, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. Or, oh, I'm scared. Or, oh, I'm not good enough. Bro, when I tell you they gave me so much encouragement that, especially like, oh my gosh, shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Shabria and Ashley and Austin. Like, thank you guys for pouring into me. And at least like praying for me and being there for me, because my God, I was nervous to tell people, but I can't hold water. I'm not good at keeping secrets. I always end up telling my business. So if I haven't reached out, it's because I'm trying not to tell you. Because once I reach out, I'm definitely gonna tell you. I cannot keep a secret, girl. Again, I really, really thank my tribe and my community, because the biggest emotion that I felt out of everything was failure. I felt like a failure. I was like, damn, how could I manage this? How could I have lost the stability? I'm supposed to be the one that has it all together. I'm the one that, handles everything, and everything with me is always good, and I never need help. And now I'm in a moment, I'm like, damn, I may need help one day. Like, damn, I'm not where I thought I was, or, life isn't going the way I thought it was. And I thought I was going to let everybody down. That was one thing I kept saying. I was like, I hope I didn't let you down. Like, I'm so sorry. And the response is, girl, you ain't let me down. I'm proud of you. You're going to keep going. You're going to do great. And babe, I needed that. I really needed that. If you're fighting a battle on your own, please tell somebody and let them pour into you. And let them give you what you can't give yourself right now. One of the things that I noticed is that working took a lot from me. A lot of time. And when you think about it that way, the more important it becomes, especially if you're single. If you're single and you don't have kids and stuff like that, like, You should be focusing more on what makes you happy than what is going to keep you paid. And I know that sounds crazy because money, we need a baby. When I say I need that money. I need that money, girl. Yeah. I get it 1000%. But looking back on everything that I was giving to a job that I hated, that it was getting more and more and more difficult for me to walk into, it was getting hard for me to go into work so much so that I was calling out, girl. And I just knew my time was almost up because I just was starting to really dread going in there. And God will give you signs. God will give you signs. I had intuition and signs for like 2 weeks pre-layoff. Like I felt it coming and I had thoughts about it coming. And just a couple days before the layoff, I remember I was getting ready to go to work and I thought to myself, my God, like what I would do if I had more time to actually focus on what I want to do, but I have to go to this stupid ass job. I was thinking to myself, this is what I should be doing. I'm scrolling on Instagram and comparison is the thief of joy for sure. But there are girls who are pursuing their dreams and I aspire to be that same way. And I'm seeing them doing that. And I say to myself, bro, I literally said this 2 days before I got laid off. I was laying down and I was like, this is what I should be doing. I'm wasting my life going to this job. I hate this job. I'm wasting my life. I'm stuck here because of this fucking job. I'm stuck in this situation where I can't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z. I got to think about blah, 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 blah because of this job. And I'm not walking in my purpose. That was what it was. I had this thought that, damn, I'm not walking in my purpose and I want to. God, please change this for me. And now look. I'm pursuing content creation full time. And as I say that, it sounds crazy. It sounds like, what pipe dream is this, Naya? But it's doable. It's doable. Clearly, I'm here with y'all. And I want everybody that we've seen get out the mud and become really successful in their own right. Even myself, for what I have to come, because I know it will come. I want that to be a motivation for you that when you have that opportunity, not saying quit your job, but baby, when you have the opportunity to pursue something that's going to make you happy, I want you to do it. When you have the opportunity to switch and shift gears to following your dreams, I want you to do it because life here is too short. You don't know what is going to happen. And the legacy that you leave behind is very contingent on how happy you are. It's very contingent on the type of life that you're able to lead. And for some people, that's giving their kids good stability so they stay at the job that they hate. For other people, that's, hey, I want to give my kids good stability and a good life one day, but I want to also make sure I'm happy doing it. And they do it. And they do it. And they do it. Even if your dreams happen late in life, think about all the actors and the singers and the entertainers who started late bloomers. It's never too late. It's never too late. And I have to keep reminding myself of that too, girl, that, I'm about to be 27. And there's so many things that I X myself out of, like, I can't do that. I'm too old now. Please, if you're listening right now, go to the YouTube so you can look at my face. Clearly, as I mentioned earlier, very big on faith, very big on trusting God and, leaning on God's timing and knowing that, trust the plan. It sounds simple, but it can feel very tough. It can feel very scary. It can feel so cliche. Like, trust the plan, trust the process. Yeah, girl, these bills got to get paid. I get it. But at the same time, trust the process. It's as simple as that. Put one foot in front of the other. It's as simple as that. How did you get to this point in your life right now? Because you kept going. Now imagine what happens when you keep going and you actually pour into what you want to do. In the most responsible way that you can. Because if I did not have any passive income, girl, if I didn't know I was going to pay these bills tomorrow, girl, I wouldn't be sitting up here talking about, I'm going to pursue content creation full time if it wasn't already making me no money. I would go sell some ass and then on the side, I'm just kidding. But I my sister did say it was my bottle girl era. Y'all might see me at the club and I'll be, praying over my sister as they do their thug thizzle. But, really lean into the shift. Lean into God's timing. Lean into the things that are changing your life, and don't think of them as, these denials or these delays. Think of things as protection, 1, and 2, opportunity. Opportunity. You can either be a glass half full girl or a glass half empty girl, okay? Everything that you are lacking or all the things that are changing your life, you need to see them as opportunities to go out there and get it. You need to see it as an opportunity to finally be walking in the path that you want to. You need to see this as an opportunity to change and do what you want to do. See it as an opportunity and see all the blessings. See all the blessings and thank God. And thank God for them. I was just saying this today when I was downtown, girl. Listen, sometimes the only thing you have to be thankful for is the fact that you woke up in the morning. Sometimes life is that rough and you still need to be thankful for it. You still need to thank God and say, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up. Thank you. Thank God for the crumbs. Thank God for the crumbs. Okay? Because more is to come and you need to thank God for that too. Thank God for the feast that he's bringing to your doorstep. Thank God for all the abundance that he's bringing into your life, even though you don't have it yet. For now, thank God for the crumbs. Thank God for waking up in the morning, even if that's the only good part of your day. The only good thing you got going is the fact that you are alive. Thank God for that. Okay? And thank God for all the good that is to come, because it will come. God is going to bring a feast to your doorstep. Okay? If you do your parts, he will do his. And you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about too much. As I'm working and growing through this, of course, I will be continuing to share this journey with you guys and grow with you guys. And I really look forward to that. The YouTube has grown actually by almost 300 subscribers in a month. Hi, guys. Oh, I'm so happy y'all are here. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I will be posting more content. Woo! And, I really have this amazing feeling about the future. Even though, like I said, in some ways I should be stressed. I should be. No, I don't feel that way. I feel like God is really going to guide me into the right direction. And that's not to say that I think it's going to be easy, because none of this is ever easy. It's going to be hard. I will have to work my ass off. And that's just with anything. Sometimes when you're pursuing what you want to do with your life, you have to decide what you're willing to do. How hard are you willing to go? How much are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give? And I don't mean in no weird hymn Illuminati shit way. I mean, what are you willing to give that is holding you back? What are you willing to give up that is keeping you from being consistent, that is keeping you from actually perfecting your craft? What is it? What is that? Because you're going to have to give it up. And I know it. I feel it in my spirit. But I really want to hammer that home for all my girls who have had a shift in their life that happened unexpectedly. It could be a job. It could be a new child. It could be, a change in your relationship. It could be any of those things. And it's scary and it's hard to navigate. But I really want you to lean into it and be prepared to do the work that you need to do to move to the next phase, to a better phase of your life. Now, listen, I know I went at my own neck a little bit, and I may have went at yours, honey, but I really hope this was a gentle reminder to you that, 1, life shifts happen, and it is okay. It will be okay. That's number 1, okay? God has got you. Don't worry about that. He's got everything ordered. And 2, I don't know if I said this earlier, but it is okay to mourn your past life. When life shifts you into a new space that's completely different, okay, and you're doing that trust fall into God's arms, sometimes you do have to mourn the old version of yourself, the old life that you had, the old vision of the life that you had. And, just because you're restarting does not mean that what you had before has been erased. Just because you're restarting in life does not mean everything you've done up to this point is completely lost. It is not. And you're not a failure. If you're feeling that way, you are not a failure. I felt like a failure, and somebody had to go upside my head and be like, girl, You've done so much and you have so much amazing stuff to do still. So I hope that you hear me when I say that. Okay, because so do you. Girl, I really meant for this episode to be a little bit shorter than this, actually. I just wanted to come on here real quick. I was thinking like 15 minutes. We like 36 minutes pre-edit time. So I probably chopped this down to like 30 minutes maybe. Girl, I don't know, but this episode's a little bit longer than I thought it would be. But I had to, you know, get that word off for you guys because I'm in the trenches with y'all. I'm right there with you, twin. And we're gonna get through this together, girl. Don't you worry, all right? And if you made it to this point in the episode, I love you. I rock with you real heavy. Please like, please share, okay? It does wonders for the channel, okay? If you're watching, please give this a like, okay, girl? We need that support. And, you know, link with me in the comments. I'm here. I wanna talk to y'all. All of the socials too will be linked below. The TikTok, I love it on the TikTok, girl. The Instagram is also in there. All my personal pages, everything will be linked below. And I cannot wait to get with you guys in this bonus episode and the episode after that and the one after that. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one.